All right, everybody, listen. There's breaking news, right? Breaking news. I wake up this morning. I go watch the Julius Randle Jimmy Fallon interview, right? I take a clip. We're going to post it on Big Knick Energy social media, right? As soon as I get to that homepage, I see Pompey Sixers. I don't know his exact name on Twitter, but Pompey Sixers tweeted that the Knicks would be willing to include. I don't know the exact terms. I don't even want to go and look. This is off the dome right now. This is an emergency live stream. This is off the dome. Pompey Sixers, I believe he wrote that the Knicks are willing to include 3 key role players. They mentioned RJ. They mentioned Julius Randle. They mentioned Mitchell Robinson. And they mentioned whatever, Evan Fournier, it doesn't even matter, on top of 2 to 3 picks for Joel Embiid. So this brings to my attention, like I said, this is an emergency live stream. And for all of you who don't know, I am, and Vinny, who is he's the producer, director, he's everything behind the scenes. We are the owners of Big Knick Energy. I know a lot of people think Joe Yolk is the main guy, and he is. Technically, he is the main guy, but me and Vinny have been at this 10 years. Anyways, that's besides the point. That brought to me enough attention to do a live stream here. This will be the first time. I think this would be the first time that the Knicks have a legit chance at trading for a superstar and having a legit number 1 option on the Knicks, with the addition of could be Joel Embiid. Well, supposedly Connor over here said we need more for the trade with Embiid. I think Tobias Harris would be part of that trade, and I just want to listen what that guy tweeted, Pompey from the Sixers. I don't think he meant, and how it was interpreted, even by the way we tweeted it on Big Knick Energy, that they would include all of RJ, Randall, Mitch, Fournier, plus 2-3 picks. I think it would be a combination of 3 of those 4 on top of Fournier. He's just a giveaway at this point for Embiid. But I think for it to even work, people have commented and said that Tobias Harris or James Harden or somebody that with another high salary number would have to be a part of the deal for it to match, for the money to work. But here's my thing, guys. I tweeted it out earlier. If the Knicks go get Joel Embiid, we're stockpiling all these young kids. We got Quick, we got Grimes, we got RJ, we got all these young assets. And as much as I get emotionally, and Knicks fans get emotionally attached to this team and these players, you want to go win that big trophy, you better take those young players that you developed, that you brought into this system, that you made us Knicks fans feel like they could be wearing the orange and blue forever. The unfortunate part of this business is you got to ship them out to go get the big guy. I want to keep the young kids. I like the young kids. I consider myself a young guy. I'm loyal. All these guys I would love to keep. I get into arguments with Joe Yolk all the time that, to me, I'm realistic. I know the Knicks aren't going to win a championship this year, next year. Give me good basketball. I haven't seen good enough basketball for so long that I'll take good enough basketball over a championship at this point. Call me crazy. But in the end, like I said, you want to go get the big trophy, that big old Larry O'Brien gold trophy. You got to give up those young boys and go get Embiid. You got to. This is the NBA, pal. I think Connor said he wants Barrett or Mitchell to stay, or I won't be happy. I think that RJ would probably be a part of the deal. I think Randall would stay. I know Knicks fans won't be happy about that, but I think Randall being the guy, the original guy, and him just kind of, DJ LD said, also doesn't help that Greek Freak signed an extension. Yeah, he's off the board. He's off the board. But like I said, going back to Connors, I think that the Knicks love Randall. I think the organization loves Randall. I think they see him fitting with any two other superstars better than RJ would. Because Randall technically, like, Randall can do the dirty work. Like, Randall will go throw elbows in the paint. Randall will grab you 10, 15 rebounds if he needs to. Randall can kind of pass the rock. It's mostly out of double teams, but he can swing it. You know, we get confused because we see a lot of ISO ball Randall. That doesn't mean he can't play the other way if he was given the opportunity to play with two other guys that can make it a lot easier for him. Last year, we finally had the first experience of that. We had Randall play next to Brunson. What happened? Obviously, it didn't work out because Randall got hurt in the playoffs when we needed him the most. But look how successful we were when Randall finally was not the number one guy. So imagine if you get another number one guy, a real number one guy, and then you put him next to Brunson, and then you put him next to Randall. Listen, to our knowledge, to Big Nick Energy's knowledge, right? If anybody's not aware of this, we were the original account to break the RJ Barrett extension news when it happened 2 summers ago. You could search, you could do the homework. I'm sure people got it bookmarked. I'm sure people got a screenshot. We were the guys. But from that knowledge that we gained from our sources, and we don't consider ourselves to be sources. It was just an anonymous, it was real anonymous. I'm not plugged in, guys. I'm normal. I'm a regular worker like everybody else in New York. But from that conversation, when we found out about the RJ news, we also learned that summer, 2 summers ago, that Jerry West is really high on Quentin Grimes. And Jerry West had conversations with the organization, whatever the case may be. They like Grimes just as much as they like RJ. They love the value of Grimes. So, to me, they think that, like I said, nothing's confirmed. I didn't speak to nobody directly. But from the knowledge that I gained from those conversations 2 summers ago, is that the Knicks really value Quentin Grimes. And seeing what he did this past summer, seeing the work he put in with Penny, and seeing the work he did with JJ Redick, it makes a little sense. It makes a little sense to maybe ship out RJ. I'm an RJ guy. I like RJ. RJ's a hardworking dude. He represents New York well. He wanted to be in New York. I like RJ. But if you got a chance to, listen, we all go on potential. Life is about potential. Sports is about potential when you're in your 20s, right? Everything's about potential. But when you have the chance to go get something that's past potential, sometimes you got to do it. We don't know what RJ could be. We're still working on that. You have like an idea, or you want to believe RJ could be this way in 3-4 years, but we don't really know. But there might be a guy, or there is a guy out there that's beyond potential, that you know what you're going to get. You're going to get 25-12 every night. You know that late in the games, you could pass him the rock with 3 minutes left. He's going to go get you a fucking bucket. He's going to go get you a W. And he's going to go do it in Boston. And he's going to go do it in Miami. And he's going to go do it in Staples Center or Crypto.com Arena, whatever they call it now. But yeah, this is great news. Who do you think would be the 4 if Julius is shipped out? So my grand plan starting lineup for the Knicks within the next 2 years would be Brunson at the 1, Donovan Mitchell at the 2, Quentin Grimes at the 3, Josh Hart at the 4, and Joel Embiid at the 5. I could be wrong. Though, because that would be RJ and Randall being shipped out. So let's just say Randall stays, RJ shipped out, and a big deal for whoever. Let's just say it's Embiid in the next 12 months. It would be Brunson, Mitchell, Grimes, Randall, Embiid. You got Josh Hart coming off the bench. You got DiVincenzo coming off the bench. You got Hartenstein coming off the bench, and you probably have to get some filler pieces. But yeah, like I said, emergency live stream here. Original owner of BKE and Vinny, our producer director. I don't get on camera like this unless I get really excited. This is one of those times where I'm really excited, you know? I remember the feeling I felt when the Knicks were like, they were about to get Carmelo. And I'm not saying we're at that point where we're about to trade for Embiid, because most likely it's not happening. They have to see how that Harden situation is going to play out, and they also have to have a bad year, and Embiid and their front office has to have a conversation. But I remember the feeling of what I felt when we were going to get Carmelo Anthony, and I could almost sense that I would get that same feeling for Joel Embiid. No, deal's not going to get done today. I'm not Woj, but I mean, common sense is common sense, you know? Guys, Bob Myers said it, right? He praised the Knicks not by the end of this week either. He praised the Knicks for how they've operated under the Leon Rose regime. He praised the Knicks from going from bottom of the East to, we're in the middle of the East now. But what he said is it's harder to go from the bottom of the East. No, I'm sorry. It's harder to go from where the Knicks are at right now to a championship contender than it is from going from the bottom to where they are now. The next move that the Knicks make, the next move is the move that's going to determine their future for the next 4 or 5 years. This is the move. This is what they brought Leon, Wes, Alex. I want to give a shout out to Alex Klein. I know you guys don't know much about Alex Klein, but he's a part of the Knicks organization. Look up his story. Look up how he worked his way. That is true inspiration. That man, shout out to Alex Klein. He's a part of the Knicks front office staff. Walt Perrin, all these guys. Do you think they'll take us from the 4 or 5 seed to the top 3? Hold on a second. All these guys that they brought in have come here for 2 reasons, or 3 reasons. Number 1, fix the issues that were there before they got there, right? That's kind of step 1. You kind of got to, see everything, feel everything out, get rid of some things, clean up everything you did, and then restart. So they had to clean up from the past resume. Then they had to figure out a plan of how they wanted to improve this team and sustain it over X amount of years. And then they had to actually do it. So now they're doing it. They're in the process of doing it. And they're doing it to get a superstar, guys. Listen, I don't even think when they went and got Brunson that they thought that he would be the caliber of player that he is right now. That's the chance you take. Brunson is the epitome of an organization giving another player a chance to play basketball the way he is now. There's no way in hell that they thought Brunson would be, what was he in the playoffs, like a 34? What was he averaging? I don't even know. It was something like astronomical. But look, they took the chance and it worked out. Now he's definitely a part of something. He's a part of something that could be big. He's a part of a championship team. It's clear as day that he could be a part of a team that hosts that trophy. You have one. You have one. Randall, we don't even know, but he's important. They came here to get a superstar, guys. This is the New York Knicks. We're in New York City. We're playing in Madison Square Garden, the biggest stage in the whole entire world. You get a superstar. You get a guy that could take that floor every night and kind of just be the face of the world in that moment. Connor X, when do I see this trade being done if it happens? We'll see at the All-Star break how well the Knicks are doing and how bad the 76ers are doing. And then you could have conversations then. I don't know if I'm big on making trades mid-season, but if the opportunity's there, the opportunity's there. Like I said, guys, we're in Madison Square Garden. Madison Square Garden, New York City. Best place to be in the world. You go get fucking Joel Embiid. You go get fucking a Devin Booker. These are the guys you get. You go get a fucking Donovan Mitchell. These guys want to play in New York. They want to see Tracy Morgan sitting courtside. They want to see all the Ice Spice, the little baddies sitting courtside. They want to look up in the stands and see that they can have the whole family in a beautiful suite that most of us can't even look at because we can't afford it. This is New York. What do you want the trade to be for Joel? I'll get rid of RJ. I'll get rid of Mitch. I'll get rid of Fournier. And they can take however many fucking picks they want. See you later. And I'll drive anybody that they need. I'll drive them right to the airport. I'll fly. I'll even pay for their flight. If it's not private, obviously. You know, can't afford the private flights. But yeah, man. Listen, the process, it gets corny, okay? It gets corny. This is a different time in the world nowadays, guys. This is a different time than what it used to be. People in this world want new things. You don't want to stay in the same place with the same team and see the same people for X amount of years in a row. Shit gets old. Especially when you're a multi-jillionaire and there's opportunity everywhere in the world or every team in the world. You know, you want something new. You want something fresh. Listen, brother, the brotherly love, the whole Philly thing, bro, it's over. The process, it's over. The process is fucking done. Time to move on, brother. Get away from Philly. Brotherly love, it's out. Rocky Balboa, all that affiliation with Philly, the Bell. See you later. Bro, come to New York, pal. What are we talking about here? What are we talking about here? This is New York. You're big in New York. You're the biggest thing in the world. Listen, real talk, guys. Carmelo Anthony, he got us to the second round. Bro, he comes to New York. He is the king. Do you know how Carmelo Anthony feels when he just is in New York and he could just be anywhere and he gets love everywhere? It's different Melo because he's really from New York, but I'm saying that feeling of the recognition you get when you're beloved in New York, it's different than everywhere else. Yeah. Carmelo Anthony got us to the second round with the oldest team in the NBA. Bro, Carmelo Anthony comes to New York. He's the coolest dude in town. Jalen Brunson 15 years from now, even because of once, if Jalen Brunson retired, if Jalen Brunson, hypothetically speaking, got hurt, really bad injury, I'd never wish this upon anybody. At least I don't think. If Jalen Brunson just had a career-ending injury, And 20 years from now, he comes to New York and just visits, I don't know, on vacation or sits front row at the Garden. Bro, do you know how loved he is just from just past season? Bro, the Knicks only got to the second round twice in the past 20 years. Are we okay? Are we okay? The organization is competent enough. You win here, you get a statue. The organization is competent enough now, and there's not enough. There's no hoopla. Nothing's going on. Nothing's going on in New York. This is not when Isaiah Thomas used to run the Knicks, and there was just always trouble, and there's just always too much noise and trading this. This is different. This organization now is in a different stratosphere than it was 5 years ago, guys. This team is moving right. You know how like there's people and this term when you say, oh, he'd be moving right in the streets. He just moves right. People always say that about people, right? That's kind of like a term. Well, like I'm gonna tell you, like Leon Rose and company, they're moving right up there. They're moving right up there. There's no noise. There's no noise. There's no scuttlebutt. I've been seeing that word scuttlebutt way too much over social media since Chris Broussard said it last week. There's way too much scuttlebutt. This is the Knicks' chance to, this next year or these next 2 years, this is the chance. This is where you go get your money, guys. This is where you go get your money. I was bringing up Bob Myers before, right? I don't think I finished what I was going to go say. Actually, I did. No, I said that Bob Myers said it was harder to go from 4 to 5 to championship contender than it was from going from bottom of the East to where they are at now. But that just tells you, these high top executives, they're hearing around the league that, hey, maybe it is the Knicks. Maybe, we should go. Maybe see what's up over there with the Knicks. Go play with Jalen Brunson, Listen, for all you ballers out there, I'm a baller. I'm a hooper. I've been hooping since I was a kid. I don't really hoop much anymore. That's a story for another day. But for all you hoopers out there, you see Jalen Brunson this past season. You see how he just operates on the court. You see how he talks to the media. You kind of just see like his demeanor and you kind of hear stories about him. Bro, he's a player that hoopers want to play with. Forget about what he does on the court, bro. We all know what Jalen Brunson does on the court. But what makes, to me, Jalen Brunson, what makes him him, is the person he is off the court and the way he handles situation and his leadership style. Hoopers can relate to Jalen Brunson's leadership style. He just knows how to handle people. Like I said, we know what Jalen Brunson does on the court, and everybody in that Knicks organization thinks he's going to average what he's going to average this season. They think it's basically going to be a continuation of the Miami Heat series. Bro, Jalen Brunson is a player that if I was... Well, we all know Donovan Mitchell speaks highly of Jalen Brunson. He just, even when during that series, Jazz Mavericks, Jalen Brunson cooked Donovan Mitchell, bro. Donovan Mitchell wants to play with Jalen Brunson. He wanted to play with Jalen Brunson. Respect to Donovan Mitchell as well. That dude got asked all type of questions and didn't make it seem as blatantly obvious that he wanted to go to the Knicks, but we all knew he clearly did. That dude said all the right things to the media during that time. Listen, he clearly could have said, hey, I want to come to the Knicks, but respect to him for really just hey, I want to say this again, moving the right way. But no, we all know Donovan Mitchell wants to come to New York, guys. He's just doing the right thing. His career is his career. He just wants to do the right thing. Respect to you for doing the right thing, Don. But I'll see you in the Garden in like 2 years or so, you know? Like I said, guys, Joel Embiid to the Knicks. We've been hearing the rumors. Every time I hear it, it's like monumental. It's monumental every single time I hear it. I don't know. You guys don't watch Joel Embiid? He's a monster. He's the most powerful player that has played the center position since Shaq. Yeah, I think he's more powerful the way he plays. I would consider him to be more powerful and play more powerful and play more brute than Dwight Howard. I said what I said. I said what I said. He's that good. He's that freaking good. I got a lot of energy out here, guys. Thank you. But yeah, no, this season's going to be interesting. It's so crazy to me. It's so crazy to me. I'm going to wrap this up in a minute or so, guys. It's so crazy to me that we haven't had, I mean, I'm 31. And since I've been competent enough and since I've been like an adult to understand the game, like the way I understand it now, I haven't seen 2 good consecutive Knicks seasons. I'm born in 92. I don't even count like the 99 season because I was 7. I didn't understand the game. Like I haven't seen 2 great consecutive seasons from the Knicks, I don't think, in my lifetime. Since I've been understanding the game, since I'm a young adult. So this is like, I want to feel so good about this season because like we had such a great season prior and we kept everybody still young, you know, another year under everybody's belt, plus we brought in Dante Fitzgerald. I want to feel like this is going to be like the season where we go from number 4, number 5 seed to like the number 3 somehow, to the number 2. But yo, I haven't seen 2 great consecutive seasons from the Knicks in forever in my life. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But guys, we're wrapping it up. Angie Pels, thank you guys for coming out. If you all didn't see, if you don't follow us already, follow us on every social media platform. Big Knick Energy. I don't know. Some have an underscore. You'll figure it out if you just type in Big Knick Energy. But yeah, thank you for coming. And this season is going to be a good one. And if you need your merch, BigNickEnergy.com. Nobody does it like us, and nobody has ever done it like us. So continue to support us. And thank you for coming by. Thank you.